So we just found out what was on the Jackson Special. What's on the Butler Burger?
Okay, so it's like a steak burger. It got Swiss cheese, onions, fried onions, mushrooms, and A1 sauce and mayonnaise. But you can add anything, take something off, just as long as you order the Butler Burger. Fantastic burger.
Patrick?
That was my question. So, Matt, have you thought about what Saturday is going to be like running through the tee for the final time?
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I'm just trying to take it day by day because when it comes down to it, it'll be great running through the tee the final time and then mess around and don't play our best game, and then it's not going to be as great. So we've got to play our best game, all phases of the game, prepare every day up until the game, both mentally and physically. So.
Eric?
Yeah, kind of how do you channel those emotions? It's I'm sure your head's going to be racing before the game, but you got to play a game.
Yeah, you just have to compartmentalize a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. Just don't let the moment be bigger than you. It'll be obviously all kinds of good emotion before the game, but it'll be all kinds of good emotion after the game too. We do plan on winning the game.
Brent? Then Adam?
You've obviously been through a lot since you've been here. A lot of things have happened in this program. You've always been a guy who's just kind of put your head down and plowed through. Where does that mindset come from, and how difficult has that been to kind of stay that course your entire career here?
It's not easy. I'll be lying if I said that it's just easy to kind of turn the outside noise off and just keep going, and not only just keep going, but myself, others really elevate our game, elevate our mindset. But when it comes down to it, it's kind of really how you're raised, at least for me. And then also just, feeding off of the positive energy around me as well, and, kind of pushing off the negative energy. And, sometimes that's hard to do, like I said, but, that's, I'm thankful, my parents raised me in a way to where, I kind of know just how to put my head down. I know what's good, I know what's bad, and, thankfully it's transitioned into my college career, and I intend on it transitioning into my life.
I guess maybe a similar question. You could go back 4 or 5 years and tell yourself some advice, knowing what you know now going through the past few years. What would that be?
It wouldn't really be anything as far as mindset or handling things any different. Maybe, in life you can't really dabble in things that, or with people who maybe have nothing to lose because, you have everything to lose. That's just a piece of advice really to anybody. And then the rest of it will be just football stuff. Hey, play how you're playing now your freshman year and your sophomore year and your junior year. But, obviously you can't go back in time or anything like that.
Vince, and then Rick?
Matt, your time, obviously, you've seen a lot of coaches at the University of Tennessee. This year's coaching staff, what do you see and witness in terms of camaraderie between the coaches themselves that you think might help lead towards winning this year?
Oh, I mean, everybody, respects each other's way of coaching and respects each other's grind. And it's no, back and forth too much, really trying to come to accords. And, I can't really speak on the last staff, they have a different way of doing things. And, I mean, that works too. But this is working better for the University of Tennessee right now and our football team. So, real camaraderie, like you said, just they're making each other better. And obviously, no one player, coach, staff member, or anything like that is bigger than the team.
Matthew, I asked the other guys, back here. I asked the other guys earlier, Thursday's Thanksgiving Day, of course. What are you thankful for this holiday season?
I'm thankful, for my life. I'm thankful for, my Lord and Savior. I'm thankful for my family. And this Thanksgiving, I feel like I'm especially thankful for my daughter. She's in town. She'll be here through senior day, which is going to be great. And I, get to spend a lot of time with her. So I'm thankful for my daughter and also thankful to be a father.
Wes?
Matthew, has the way you've played this year, individually, I know it's about the team, but individually, the way you've played, has that maybe changed your thoughts on what your future could be in this game compared to where things were a year ago?
No, not really. I always had a mindset that, obviously I've wanted to play in the NFL and play well and bring others along with me too. But, obviously this just puts me in a better position to do so. But it hasn't really changed my mindset of what I wanted to do or anything like that.
Any other questions?
In terms of the environment at Neyland Stadium, what does it mean for you to finish, in a full packed, loud Neyland Stadium versus the 2020 season when it couldn't be that way?
Oh, that's so major because 2020, I wasn't, sure last year. I think y'all even asked me before the Texas A&M game last year, is it going to be your last game? I don't know. And I didn't know. And obviously going into Neyland last year, it was obviously like some good emotions and stuff like that, but it wasn't a packed stadium. It wasn't like that last year. So, definitely I know Vol Nation is going to bring out all 102, 455 for this game, sell it out. And, that would mean the world to me. That would mean the world to these seniors, just having the place packed out for our last game in Neyland. And, we're going out to put on a show. And like I said, we plan on winning the game.
Matthew, Coach Banks was in there earlier and was talking about you and saying even you played a lot, you had success, and even today at practice after a rep, you're asking for feedback on how you can get better, asking for coaching. Where does that drive come from to even for all that you've played and some success you've had this season that you're still trying to find ways to get better on a Tuesday at practice?
Like, I don't mean to sound like self-serving, but like I'm not good enough. Like, there's no part of my game that's good enough. And even if I were the best player in the SEC by far and, projected to go number one in next year's draft, like, it's not good enough. And I'm very, very thankful for Coach Banks and Coach G especially, just staying on me, because even though I have that mindset and I've always had it, it's easy sometimes to get lost in the shuffle. And Coach G especially, like, I'm really thankful that, so that's another thing I'm thankful for, is Coach G. He won't believe I said it, but I'm really thankful that he just stays on me and he just like keeps me going and doesn't let me slack off on the details. If I do something wrong, I'm going to hear it, and if I do something right, I'm going to hear it. So, it's easy to kind of continue to sustain that mindset when, your coach is the exact same way. And obviously, I have dreams, goals, and aspirations, and I want everybody around me to achieve their dreams, goals, and aspirations as well. So I have to set an example on top of those two things. So that's just what kind of keeps me going.
Yes? No, sorry, we'll go to the back and then. Thank you. Sorry, Vince. No problem.
Thank you.
So you and Theo have a burger named after each other. You guys are dapping each other up here. Can you talk about what type of bond you guys have, a friendship you guys have?
Oh, we're the 2017 class. I don't know how long you've been covering University of Tennessee football, but we are the 2017 class. There's a lot that comes with that name. So there's very few of us left. Very few of us left. I can count on both my hands. I've tried to name them all in the interview before. I missed somebody. But obviously me, and Theo, and Bruiser, SP. So yeah, I might about to forget somebody already. But, we've been here for so long. And then you have Blake, who's 2016 class. He's the last of the Mohicans in that class. But we're just really thankful for each other. We've been around each other through the very, very thick and through the very, very thin. So, there's that sense of camaraderie that I really think is going to be like for the rest of our lives. Like, we're one of like what? I guess probably 8 people, if I'm counting correctly, who just stuck around from 2017 to now, Princeton fan. So, yeah, we're real close in a lot of ways.
Finish with Vince.
Matt, you mentioned being thankful for Coach G, and Omari Thomas had mentioned that he says to you guys, the one thing I want for you guys is to, when you become dads, to send me pictures of your kids and to be good husbands. Can you expand a little bit on Coach G being invested in you guys as human beings and really that helping translate, into better productivity and you guys playing hard for him?
I mean, it means everything, like just knowing that what you're doing is just a little bit bigger than football. And it's funny, he says that, like, the first thing, it was funny. When my daughter got in town, the first thing I did was bring her up yesterday. And I was like, where you at, Coach? And I texted him. He was like, what? He didn't, like, because I put WYA, he didn't, I guess he didn't know what that meant. He was like, do what? And I was like, man, I don't know what he's talking about. So I just knocked on the office door and brought my daughter up there, I guess seeing her in real life is a little better than the picture. So, it really does mean a lot just knowing that it's a little bit more than football and that, this relationship that he and I have, that myself and my teammates have, whether it's the 2017 class or a new recruit coming in here, we're all pretty tight. We get along well because we have this one thing in common, is the University of Tennessee football program. And, if you're still a part of this program, then it obviously means a lot to you because we've been through everything in the world. So we're all thankful for each other, and, we're all, real tight, and it's probably going to last the rest of our lives.
Thank you, sir.
All right.